Hi, I'm Will Leach, author of Marketing to Mind States, and this is your Mindstate Messenger. Today, I'd like to talk about something that in corporations and in businesses today, we see all over the place. And that's big meetings where we get a lot of people together to talk about an issue to come up with an agreement. Now, these agreements are incredibly important to drive organizations forward. However, groupthink that comes out of these meetings sometimes can actually make organizations do bad things, to make bad decisions. So I want to talk a little bit about how do you modify, meetings in such a way as to make sure that you're not getting groupthink and that you're not making bad decisions for your customers. So first off, it is critical that people come together, because when people come together, they actually make better decisions. So there's some research from Barami, I think back in 2000, I'm looking at it 2010, that talked about the importance of getting people together to talk through issues, because when two people, especially two people, can come together, they make better decisions. Now, a prerequisite of that has to be this, that both individuals have to be able to talk about their point of view and talk about how confident they are in that point of view. And when you have a discussion where you talk about your point of view and your level of confidence, oftentimes together you will make a better decision. But however, the problem is when you get more than two people into an organization or into a room, and what happens is you establish something called groupthink. Now, groupthink can have flaws because what we do is we discuss our early initial impressions too early in the meeting. So imagine this. You get into a meeting, you have another 10 people, you have an hour to talk about an issue. And most of the time, because of social psychology, you're trying to figure out where you fit in this group. And what you will do, or what people have a tendency to do, is establish their opinions too early. And then when one person establishes their opinion and a second person establishes an opinion, quickly the group tries to figure out how to fit into that opinion. It's just a common thing that happens with kind of tribal idealism, right? We're trying to fit into the group. So therefore, we tend to take the same idea and we'll hear that idea and we'll kind of coagulate, if you will, around that idea. So you get this thing called groupthink, where really it was the first initial idea that built momentum, and otherwise it may not have been a great idea. But there are ways of getting around this. The first thing you do is, in any meeting or anything, give people time to consider their thoughts. Secondly, what you can do is have people, when they're giving their initial impressions, to rate their level of confidence that they have in that opinion. That way, if other people say, oh, this is a thought, but this person doesn't have a high degree of confidence, then they can keep remembering or keep thinking about other ideas until they have their own thought. Third, build time to disagree. The problem with groupthink is oftentimes we don't build the time, we don't make it a part of the agenda to find disagreement. So some of the best leaders out there are really good at making people disagree. And it's because when you do that, you eliminate groupthink. And lastly, sometimes we're a little bit too early to the meeting. What we want to do is we want to send a pre-read out there. And when you send a pre-read out there, what inevitably happens is that people will find the pre-read, they'll start coming up with some initial impressions, and then they'll actually start talking to others in the meeting or before the meeting about their initial impressions, which creates groupthink. So I know it helps you save time in meetings, but try to hold off on, early agendas and pre-reads, so that when you get into the meeting, nobody has already established ideas and there is no groupthink happening overall. Ultimately, guys, understanding and applying the power of social psychology into your business meetings and into your decision making can help you make a great decision for your customers and help you grow your brand using behavioral science. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Now hit that like button if you found this video helpful, and don't forget to subscribe so you can see the latest videos to show you how to grow your brand or business using behavioral science.